You've probably heard the name Tompolo, the man who went from the creeks of the Niger Delta to becoming one of the most powerful and mysterious figures in Nigeria's history. To some, he's a hero. To others, a rebel. But to his people, he's something even more, a living legend, almost like a deity. Today, let's dive into the story of Government Ekpemupolo, better known as Tompolo, and how he rose from humble beginnings to become a symbol of power, resistance, and hope. Tompolo was born in Okerenkoko, a riverine community deep inside the Baramatu Kingdom of Delta State. He came from a respected Ijao family, but life in the creeks wasn't easy. While the Niger Delta was rich in oil, the people living there saw little of that wealth.
Their rivers were polluted, their lands destroyed, and opportunities were scarce.
As a young man, Tompolo couldn't stand watching his people suffer while outsiders grew rich from their land. He dropped out of school and joined local youth movements demanding justice for the Ijao people. That decision would change his life and the fate of the Niger Delta forever. Tompolo joined the Ijao Youth Council, a movement demanding that oil companies and the government take responsibility for the damage in the Delta. But peaceful talks soon gave way to something more intense. He became a commander in the movement for the emancipation of the Niger Delta, or MEND, one of the strongest militant groups Nigeria had ever seen. Tompolo led operations that shut down oil facilities, blocked pipelines, and forced the government to listen. To many, he was fighting for his people. To others, he was an outlaw. Either way, everyone knew one thing. Tompolo had become a force you couldn't ignore. 2009, the Nigerian government offered an amnesty program, promising peace, training, and reintegration for militants who laid down their arms. Tompolo accepted, and that marked a new chapter. He transitioned from rebel to businessman, securing major government contracts to protect oil pipelines and waterways.
It was a twist no one expected. The same man who once fought the system was now part of it.
But Tompolo wasn't just about business. He embraced his roots as a spiritual leader. I'm taking up the role of priest of Egbesu, the traditional Ijao war deity. For many in his community, that made him more than a man. It made him a spiritual protector.
As the years passed, Tompolo's influence went far beyond politics and business.
In the Niger Delta, his name carried almost mystical weight. He funded community projects,
supported young people, and often stepped in to resolve disputes.
People began to see him as a guardian, someone honed to defend their land and dignity. In ceremonies, people would call his name with reverence. It wasn't worship in the religious sense, but deep respect, a reflection of how much he meant to his people.
To outsiders, it might sound strange, but in the Delta, where tradition and modern life blend together, Tompolo had become larger than life, a man of the people who rose to mythic status.
Tompolo's story is one of struggle, transformation, and power. He started as a young man from a forgotten village, became a rebel who shook the oil giants, and ended up a businessman, spiritual leader, and living symbol of the Niger Delta. Love him or hate him, you can't deny his impact. For his people, he's more than just a man. He's a reminder that even from the creeks, greatness can rise.
And maybe that's why, when people speak of Tompolo, they don't just talk about what he did.
They talk about who he became. A man who turned struggle into strength, and strength into legend. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe for more powerful stories from Africa and beyond.